Our first guest is Hip to Hip Theater, yeah, the company that began free Shakespeare in the Park back in 2007 as a way to share with the community their passion for great Shakespearean plays. And this year they bring to you two of Shakespeare's most loved plays, As You Like It and Julius Caesar, to parks across the 5 boroughs starting on July 27th. And here now to tell us more is the managing director of Hip to Hip Theater Company, Guy Ventolieri. I hope I said that right.
You say it better every year.
No,
Last year, yeah, you're closer this year. It's good.
Welcome and welcome
Thank you.
back, and congratulations on a decade.
Yes, I know. It's a great thing. I mean, like I said last year when I was talking about our 9th season, saying we're doing something right, we're obviously doing something right. What's really exciting about this year is we decided to really branch out. As you know, last year I worked hard to get one of these performances in Van Cortlandt Park, where I personally saw my first Shakespeare show.
That's awesome.
30 years ago.
You know, it's all about bringing it back and paying
Absolutely.
it forward and passing it on.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
a wonderful thing.
Absolutely. And I'm going to pass it on more this year because we're going to be doing 2 shows
That's wonderful.
in Van Cortlandt Park. As one of our models is to do a tragedy and a comedy and revisit the park. And a lot of times when it's the first park, we want to just try it out with one, and see how it goes. I got to tell you, the Bronx community was crazy, amazing, wonderful. They really came out and supported me. I had a lot of personal friends and just people in the arts community. For a first-time show to have almost 300 people show up is amazing. So Bronx people, you guys rock.
Well, especially because it's Shakespeare, right?
Yes.
And I say that only because Shakespeare is its own language, it's its own culture. And I think it's just important for us to understand that there's more to life than just the urban culture, right?
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with our urban culture, but when it's being brought into your backyard for you to experience, you have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't only show up with some curtains in the background and some people who pull clothes out of their own wardrobe. Our budget is quite extensive now, and we travel with all the bells and whistles. Traditionally, we've gone with a 2-story set. Now we're going to bring it a little bit more traditional with a thrust stage, so 3/4 of the audience can come. Because so many people have been coming to see us, they've been so far back that we wanted to bring them closer to the action. And like in
So
Shakespeare's days,
what
we
you're
do-
saying is it's going around
yeah,
versus straight.
exactly. What it used to be is we were on one playing field and everybody would be out front looking at us. And so many people were coming that they were all the way back in the cheap seats. So now what we've done is through a generous donation from the Hyde and Watson Foundation, we're building out a stage that consists of 21 platforms that will go out into the audience and allow people to come up on all 3 sides of us.
That's wonderful. And the 2 dates, right? You're doing one at the end of July and the other one at the end of August.
Yes.
Right? So that's like it gets built and then striked and then
Every
rebuilt.
night. Yep. We're visiting, I don't even know the number of parks it's on our thing, but it's probably about 12, 13 parks. Many
Yeah,
in
you
Queens.
expanded into 2 boroughs also,
Yes.
right? So let's talk a little bit about that as
Yeah.
well. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you
Yeah.
guys. I'm excited for you too. And we're going to
Thank you.
talk about you choosing to shift over to the administrative side
Yes.
because that's a big step as well. But let's
Yes.
talk about the 2 boroughs first.
Yeah, well, we just want to really branch out. One of the New York Times wrote something about us about 4 or 5 years ago, saying that we were proudly carrying the mantle of Joseph Papp by bringing Shakespeare into the neighborhoods where people lived and died. And that was primarily Queens. And our first step was bringing it to the Bronx because of my affiliations. And this year we worked very hard to bring it to Harlem and also to Brooklyn. So now we're in most of the boroughs. And we're really happy about it. And we're working hard to promote it. And thank you for letting me promote my town.
Well, it's great, and we love that. You're a Bronx boy coming back, even though you won the Queen's Kudo Award.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that
Oh,
before we talk about you actually shifting over to admin, because that's a really big task. And not only that, it's a sacrifice in some sense. But let's talk about the Kudo Awards. What was that like?
Well,
Tell me what the Kudo Awards are first. I like the name of it.
Queens actually has an awards thing where the people can vote, and it's through the papers for your best actor, best supporting actor, best director. And this year just passed, and I performed Merry Wives in Van Cortlandt. and I played the role of Dr. Caius. I won Best Supporting Actor for that part, and I think it's because many Bronx people came out and voted.
Nice, nice. So we have a voice. We have a
Yes.
strong voice.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. So here you are winning this award
Yes.
in a supporting role, and now you've decided to sit back and not
Yeah.
do the acting bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of administration that goes into it. I mean, Jason Marr, who's the artistic director, really works very hard in getting it off the ground, and he's in the shows this year. And I just felt like it was time for me to kind of step back, afford opportunity to more people. You know, we're trying to be really diverse, and we got a lot of Bronx people involved this year. I have 2 people that worked with Riverdale Children's Theater Company.
That wouldn't be Derek and Becky, would it?
No, it's not Derek and Becky, but I work with Derek and Becky
Yes,
quite
we
often.
love Derek and Becky.
And I actually was talking to him this morning. We're going to have the kids from Riverdale Children's Theater Company come out and do a pre-show for our show in Van Cortlandt, because one of the things we're trying to do is gather the local community, local artists to do a little something before we put ours up. On our children's show, obviously, we introduce Shakespeare to children prior to our main stage production. One of your guests that's coming up soon, she said, you know, exercise isn't only for adults, and neither is Shakespeare. So Shakespeare's also for kids.
Nice. No, it's great. It's great that we're bringing this consciousness into the next generation's minds, because, again, you know, if it wasn't for me going to acting school and having to learn Shakespeare, I wouldn't really know about Shakespeare.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean,
And it should be for everybody.
It is, and it was for everybody. You know, back in 1580 and 90 and 1600s.
Nice.
You know, when he was doing it. And this year we're going to have T-shirts, but we're going to take away the queens.
Okay.
And we're just going to go in the parks. So if you want to buy T-shirts, you'll be able to buy T-shirts as well.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is so wonderful and refreshing. All right, so you have a really long calendar that we really can't talk about on air. Basically, they have to go to the website to see all of the various locations that the Shakespeare in the Park is being presented. I know in the Bronx we have 2 dates, July 31st and August 28th. Is there anything else you want to leave everybody with before we go?
Yeah, well, you know, just go to our website, hiptohip.org, and you can see the calendar there of all of our websites. I mean, one of the things you mentioned was the kites in Socrates Park. We're there. We're there for two Sundays as well. And we're in Flushing Meadows and parks all over Queens. And please just come out and support us. But Bronx people really come out and make me look good for rolling it out here.
Well, it's free.
Yes, it's free.
It's free.
Yes,
It's
yes.
free. How could you not take advantage of that? I think it's wonderful. And thank you so much for your passion and bringing it here to us in the Bronx.
And thank you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Congratulations once again.
You.
Once again, Hip to Hip Theater Company begins their free Shakespeare in the Park beginning on Wednesday, July 27th at the Unisphere in Flushing Meadows Park in Queens. If you would like to catch one of their Bronx performances, those will take place on Sunday, July 31st and Sunday, August 28th, both at Van Cortlandt Park, located at 245 Street and Broadway. For a calendar list of all their performances, you can visit hiptohip.org.